Do 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 do. Home sweet home. Here we. Oh yeah. You just scared the living daylights out of me. I had no idea that you guys were standing there. How long you been there? And what are you doing in my house? Well, oh, you're taking a look at this. Ah, this nice foyer table. Yeah, how about a nice foyer table for the front door? Why not? I bet you're curious on how I built it. Well, that's the purpose of the video. Hang tight, and I'm about to show you. That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Welcome to Keith's Custom Wood Creations. So you're probably wondering what the heck is going on. Yeah, rookie mistake. I didn't verify that my volume was turned on my GoPro. So basically, I'm going to do a voice overlay for some of these videos so you kind of, I don't know, I still want to use the videos. So basically what I'm looking at is I'm leaning over and I'm holding on to 4 legs. Pretty sexy legs there. Yeah, and I'm going to probably try to build something. Look at this. The way I just picked this thing up. Oh yeah. Look at that leg. That is one beautiful leg. I mean, just look at it. But anyways, we're going to build this foyer table, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And as long as I quit playing with these legs and maybe get to the build, and then I could possibly do something, but I don't know what it is. I'm like, yeah, I see that. That's a long leg. Man, I tell you what. But anyways, guys, let's focus on this build. I look forward to doing it to you. Y'all hang tight. Here we go. All right, so now we're looking at these legs on the table. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out the length that we need that's going to come off the wall. So we're looking at, well, let's say 12 inches. Yeah, 12 inches is what we want it to be from the wall sticking out. So I've laid out these beautiful legs, and basically I get my wood and I need to figure out how long that piece needs to be 12 inches off the wall. So I hold this board and I look over there and I see a bunch of other boards. And just to let you know, I've got all my supplies right here. Yeah, and I like to do a lot. I like to speak with my hands, I guess. I don't know. So basically, I put the 2 legs together and I measure them. I get the distance there, so I know the thickness of those 2, whatever it came out to. And then I separate, and I said, well, if I'm going to need 12, I'm going to minus. So if those are 6 inches, I'm going to minus that from 12. So I need a 6-inch board that's going to be in the middle. That's going to give me my 12 inches. So that's an easy way to figure this out. And then you go through and you cut it, and you can match it up. And now we're over here at the chop saw. That's right, the chop saw. Top chop. So we're measuring out our board, and that's 6 inches, I think it was, that I came up to. You're going to measure this out, and just take your time with it. Take your ruler, talk about it for a minute, and make sure you got the measurement right, because there's nothing more than cutting the wrong measurement, you know. So we're going to mark this here at 6 inches. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to slide this board under here. And I'm going to line up that blade. Make sure you're on the outside of it so you don't cut it short, okay? And then once you feel good, you zzz right on through there. All right, well, we need 2. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this other one out, lay it on top, slide it over, and you line it right on up. And bring the saw down. Once you feel good about it, just zzz, all the way through, and where there was one, now there is two. And now let's roll over here to the Craig tool where we're going to do our pocket screws. So the biggest thing you want to measure to make sure, hey, look, if it's a square by square, 6 by 6 square, or 6 by 7, you want to make sure you have it right before you put that screw down. What I'm going to do is I'm putting 3 screws on each side. This is going to be that side support, and I wanted to make sure that it has a lot of support holding those legs together. So once you line up your board, you go through and you put your little clamp and take your drill and zip, 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 zip all the way through, flip it over, and you do the other side. Man, I tell you what, I'm drilling it like I don't know, like I'm putting some emphasis in that. You see that? Look at that drill. That's right. All right, now look. Oh yeah, that's right. We got one more to do. So when we thought we had one, now we have two. So we have to do the same to this one. And so you're just going to knock out and put those 2 there, put a third one. And we're going to hurry up and knock this out and be done with these pocket screws. Pocket screws are really good. Like I said, they're good and strong. But we're going to put some glue on it too. So it's going to have both there to support it. Yep, here we go. Last screw. And we are, I believe we're done. Yep, chop chop. That's right. All right, we got them all cut. Now we're going to take the good old sander. That's right. We're going to just sand away. Sand away. It's kind of like sail away, but sand away. So you want to make sure you get all the sides. What I'm doing is I'm really kind of taking the sander, getting in there and getting those Craig screws where they're going to be nice and smooth going in there. Just make them look cleaned up. And just go. I'm going to go over now to the chop saw. We got our beautiful legs. Look at this leg. Man, it's almost as tall as me. It's almost like I have 3 legs, or a wooden leg maybe, or just another gorgeous leg right there. But what we're doing here, just to kind of let you know, is I need to cut this down a little bit. And how much do I cut it down? Well, let me walk over here and get this board. You want to use this. This is your divider. This is your joint board that's going to hold these 2 legs together. You obviously don't want to cut it smaller than that board. So I use that as a template, measure it out with my lovely pencil, and I know exactly where I need to cut this at now. So now I'm going to get my chop saw and I'm going to get it lined up. Get your stop block because we got 4 legs to do. So you want to make sure, this is real important, that you have this tied down to where you can do the exact same cut in all 4 legs. You definitely don't want one leg longer than the other. You know what I'm saying? So once you feel good that you have it all down, you have the stop block on there, and then what you're going to do is check it one more time, tighten everything up, and you're just going to go through and go boo, and you're going to cut the heck out of this leg right now. Here we go. All right, so that one's done, just as simple as that. Now you go over and I'm going to grab the other one and we're going to do it to the other ones. And it's just a repetitive thing we're going to do. Oh yeah. All right, now we're over here at the dang table saw, a little build right here. And what we're doing is we're going to be joining these together now. So look, the little trick that I do is to try to be consistent on the right size. So I have a 1/2 inch board that I lay down, and then I put the piece that I want to screw onto the leg on top of it. That way I am at a perfect spacing of where I want it, because I don't want that leg at the very edge. I want it to be recessed in. Put a little bit of glue on there, taste it. Oh, just kidding. But all right, get your glue down, then you get your little strong little clamps down, and then we're gonna line this right on up so it's nice and flat. Put the clamp on it to make sure it doesn't move when we put our screws in. We need one more clamp, I think. Wipe any excess glue away. There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and put this other clamp on there. All right, now I need my drill and I need my screws. We're going to grab some screws out of the old hefty drill or drawer over here. Let's grab my old power tool, the old famous DeWalt. Already got the tip on it and everything. Look at this, I'm ready to go now. I think I got all the pieces. And you just take a little screw and make sure you have it torqued about 3 to 5. You don't really want to go more than that, and that way you don't strip it out. And then just put your screws in there and be nice and tight, and we'll be good to go. Oh yeah, now you got some legs. You got a set of legs put together. Ooh, look at those legs. Ha, hold them tall. Yeah, put my hands all over those legs. I tell you what, let me put these things down before I break them. Alright, now we're at the table saw cutting up our rails to join the two together the long ways. And oh yeah, look at that cut. That's what I'm talking about. Just look at it. Now we got a bunch of those there. We cut down the size. Alright, now we got them all cut. And I went ahead and put the Craig screws in there, or the holes, pocket holes. Keep calling them Craig, but put the pocket holes in it. Now we got to sand them all. Oh yeah, the trusty old sander again. Let's go ahead and get this out. Make sure you sand all your edges on it. Make it look nice and clean. It makes it easier when you go to put the finish on and everything. That you go ahead and you sand each individual piece before you put it together. It's always a rule of thumb with building furniture. It's what you want to do. It always makes it go longer, but it's one of those things you just got to do as a carpenter. Alright, now it's just joining them all together. Yeah, look at this thing. It's starting to really look like a Foyer table. We're using those 1/2-inch sheets of wood down there to still space them out, so we're the same space all the way around, just like we did on the sides. We're going to take our screw and our drill and screw those in. Yeah, just like that. Just make sure they're in there nice and tight. Like I said, ooh, drop one. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, here we go. Put the little board up there. Just make sure your edges are all square before you put that screw in there. Oh yeah, and drill it on in. There you go. Then you want to make sure you have glue on these too. Now, I didn't show you, I don't think, but you want glue on the ends. That's going to finish it up too. There we go. We got one more to do. We got to do the inside, or the top and bottom piece. Looks like the bottom one. Yeah, here we go. There we go. We just want to measure it out and make sure you look right. Take your time. Don't rush. But once you start putting this together, it's actually coming together real nice. A little bit of glue. And a little bit more glue, and then just take your lovely finger and just, well, maybe I didn't take my finger that time. I just put it on there. And we'll just measure it out. Get my tape measure. Where you at? There you are. And just look at it and make sure we're good before we put that last screw in there. Oh yeah. Alright, so now I got all the legs attached. Now we do some more sanding. That's right, more sanding. As if we haven't done enough already. Well, just take your time. It's a little bit of a process, but it will make it look the best, I promise you. Well, hello everybody. Well, I've been building this little Foyer table, as you guys can see. It's coming right along. I went to my local hardware store and had to buy me some more. I got me some pretty cool trim pieces. I'm going to put these along the edges on it to kind of give it some little bit of character to it, I guess you want to say. And then I'm going to put about 2 drawers I'm going to put inside here. Just small drawers, nothing big, but just kind of give it some character as well, you know. I'm going to put a lower shelf on the bottom, and I'm going to work on that today. I apologize for these last videos I sent. I wasn't even paying attention to see my damn volume was on. Well, kind of a funny thing. I'm still going to post them, and I'll probably do an overlay on it, but you'll see. how they come across, but I have step by step of what I've done as far as this far with it, but you're gonna catch on to the rest as we go down the finish line. Oh yeah, let's get going. So what I've got, what I got now is I got my 2 pieces here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these slotted inside here nice and tight. I'm going to put some pocket screws in the inside. You'll never see it. That'll help me frame this out, and then I'm going to divide it. So I'm going to put one more in the middle, and that'll create my drawers right here on the side. So perfect. That's right. Sanding away. Just kind of soften up the edges on it before I put these other pieces on here. Alright, the centerpiece is all screwed in. Kind of check it out. I've got these screwed in. I've got to do the other pieces on them with the smaller one, but heck, you can kind of get an idea. Now you got a spot for 2 drawers are going to go right there, evenly at 14 1/4 each side. And then I'll put my trim pieces around there, so it's coming together. Just a nice little fancy, like antique-ish looking foyer table is what we're building. Yep, that's right. Now, what do we do? Well, I need to put those other screws in there. Let me get my old cool little gadget. I tell you, this thing right here, it comes in handy. So when you're in a tight spot and you need that 90-degree, and of course this long bit right here can't fit in it, so you got to get yourself a small bit so you can kind of go in at an angle. Definitely a good investment. This is going to allow me to get into the screws where I can't do it on the other one. So putting these upside down, I've got screws I've got to go upward. So I can just take there we go. Well, even this is going to look like it's going to be tight. Alright, got one in. You just got to play around with it. It's tricky. It's a little bit tricky, but it's not impossible. There we go. That one's done. Just got 2 more to do. One more. Just like that. All right, so I've got all those in. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a sanding on it. Just kind of make it all blended in. Get the old truss to shander out. Let's put some new sandpaper on it. And we're using just some 220 grit. 220 is all you really need. Alright, so what I'm going to do before we get too much into that, putting this trim pieces on, I put some of the CA glue down. I'm going to just put some accelerator on here, speed the process up, and you just want to make sure you're on that very, very edge right there. There you go, just like that. Alright, just kind of press it down, it'll fall right into place. All right, so we're over here on the side and we're doing the decorative pieces over here. So what I'm doing is I'm using this CA glue again, and we're just gluing these things down and making it all come together. Spray a little accelerator on the back. There we go. And when you lay it down there, just want to make sure you are on the very bottom edge, just like that. Press down for just a little bit. So listen, when you're cutting these pieces, they're very small. You know, there's not a whole lot of support to it. You want to use an extra board, okay? And this is going to bring it out away from the edge, give you something a little bit more solid to step on or to hold it on to. So when you bring your blade down, you can actually butt it right up against it. All right, guys, we have now got the side piece done. Check it out. Looks good. And I've got the front piece done. Now I've got to do the other side. And then once I get done with the sides, then I've got to build the drawers. That's going to be fun. Y'all hang. All right, we got all the pieces cut for this side. This is the last side I've got to do until we do the drawers. So let's go ahead and put some glue down and put this thing all together and be done with it. All right. All right, so I'm to a point where I'm building the drawers, and I've got 14 inches. I'm going to use the base. I'm using 3/4 inch, and I'm going to put a dado stack groove inside here, and that's going to go for the track on the bottom. These are going to be like an old school antique-ish style. No tracks, no bearings or nothing. It's all going to be made of wood. So it just kind of gives it that nice finished antique look to it. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking out my blade that I've got, and I'm going to switch it out to a dado blade so I can just do like one pass versus doing a whole bunch of them, and hopefully speed this process up. All right, so I've got the two cut in the back here. These will be the shelves. Put the nice little dado in there. What we're going to have is we're going to have a strip of wood like this. This is going to be inside here. It will slide in and out. Be like the old school days where the old drawers had a little slide. We'll put some wax on it and make it really smooth, but that's what's going to be the slide guard there. So these, all right, we're down here working on getting this set up. All right, I've got a clamp. I've got man, I'm going to space this out using some cards, man. What better than to use a deck of Christmas story cards. I love it. So that way you kind of equal all the way across. So if we're going to put 1, 2, say 3 there, 1, 2, and 3 here. And then we're going to lay this on top because you do want a little bit of a space. So that way it's not like right there on the wood. And at that point, you're going to use your trusty old clamp. There we go. Hold it in position. And then just take a look at the sides. Make sure you're good on that. You can put a couple cards in there too. It looks like maybe put 4. Let me see if 4 works on this side. It's crazy how you can. Oh, let's see. That's a little bit. Oh, no, that works. All right, so we're right there, kind of spaced out. You got the height, so it's off on there. So on the bottom, what you're going to do now is you're going to take your track, and we're going to glue that track into position. I'm going to use a clamp to hold this in position. So here we go. Get down and dirty. Oh boy. All right, got the first one in there, sliding good. I just put the bottom track of the other one in. Let's see how good this one turned out. All right, so let's see here. Drawer boxes now, and I've got them all cut out. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding, trying to clean up the edges. Putting some Craig screws in the bottom of this. You'll never see them. They'll be hidden. But they use a good joint system on it with the glue. Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. They're all done. Sanded all the edges down. Made a nice clean look. We're going to put these things, like I said, together like this. We're going to screw them all together. And then we'll put a front faceplate on here too for the box. So we're going to put a little bit of glue and some screws. And we're going to put this thing together. Alright, we got the sides all sanded down, put together, and now I'm just putting the bottom on. I'm just going to flip this over, and I'll put some glue. I put glue down around here first. We're just going to nail this together. Super easy, don't need to overdo yourself on it. There we go. Just make sure your corners look good. And then you can Alright, I've got the countertop cut down to space. I'm going to be putting this trim piece on the back. Why? I'm going to round it off from the top and kind of give it a decorative look on there. I'm thinking that'll work out. Plus I need to finish. I'm going to temporarily put the countertop down. We do 3/4 inch. It's the thickness. I measured it. So we know this side here is going to be 3/4. You want to square it off. And then the back is going to be flush. So you can go right up against the wall, which gives you the lip on the front that I'm looking for. So once I get this measured out here, so we've got our round over bit in here, and I'm just going to go through and just kind of soften up these edges, kind of show you what I do here. Got a set. Alright, so I'm going to cut this faceplate out 14 inches wide. I'm going to cut it pretty much by, like, I think 3 5/8 is what we decided to. So let's do that right quick. Alright, we're putting our faceplate on. So I'm using the old card system here. This is going to work just to basically kind of make sure we're kind of centered off. I'm going to use just a little bit of glue here. Just to lock it in place, accelerator, and we're going to just put this right, and just kind of make sure you. Alright, so we're putting the face plates on right now. My little trick is I use the card system so I can get that line pretty centered all the way around on here, okay, so it looks good when it's put together. So I know roughly where I'm at, and then I drilled the holes out for the handles. So now I use those holes, and I'm just going to put these little screws through as a temporary screw just to hold that in place. So this right here looks really good, I think. Hey out there, what you think? Is it looking pretty good? Looks good from down here. Man, this thing's coming together. I still got to do the handles and the trimming around the face plates, because I'm going to put that decorative trim on there too. And then I'm going to do the bottom here too. Look at that. Man, that's looking pretty good. All right, let's keep it going. We got a lot of momentum going. Love to be able to get done with this. So we're going to go ahead and put a stain, the Jacobine stain, on this entire thing. That's what we want. So we're going to go with that. So I'm putting the trim on the face plates of the drawers. I'm just going to put a little more glue, a little bit of accelerator. I'm going to put some wood filler in here too to clean it up. Like I said, it's all going to get stained. Oh yeah. All right, let's get some of that wood filler, that plastic wood. Let's go ahead and put some of this plastic wood. Just kind of fill all the little crevices that may be there, so when we go to stain, you won't see nothing. All right, I think we're done. Huh. Check it out. It look pretty good. Nice and trim. Let's take a look over here. Let's put it on there and take a look and see what it looks like. All right, let's spin you around. Well, got that all done. All right. Now do the bottom. I got to do a shelf down here on the bottom. We got the holes screwed out, so there. And then also I'm going to put some stoppers in here to stop this from coming off, because you know that ain't going to be cool if you pull it out and it falls out. So, but yeah, I'm going to put some stoppers on that. We're going to sand this whole thing down. But I'm going to put a shelf down here, and we can put some color on it. All right, so we're over here. We need to cut 10 inches. Want a whole bunch of these. These are for the bottom. I'm going to make like a shelf down there instead of. So I got this stop block set up, and it's right there at 10 inches. That way all your boards are going to be the same. We need a bunch of them. Oh, we're working down here on the bottom, trying to get this here bottom shelf on. So I made some boards across here and I screwed them in. And I'm just going to take some of this poplar boards here. I'm going to just lay them across the top here. And that's going to just basically create my shelf, a 10-inch shelf. It's just going to be spaced out all the way down. And we put this on. So, I don't know. Well, here we are, folks. That's right. It's pre-stain time. Yeah, let's have some fun with that. And I got the bottom all cut out. I'm going to pre-stain all these before I put them on there. I'm going to pre-stain the whole thing. I use a Minwax pre-stain. It works really, really good. It's important that you do a wipe down of this pre-stain, because you don't want any blotchiness popping out. You want to make sure it all kind of blends in together, and that's what this pre-stain stuff does. So just get a little bit on a rag, just kind of walk it on there. All right, wiping it all down with the pre-stain. It's looking good, looking real good actually. All right, cool. Let's blow this thing off, and I'm about ready to put the color on. Like I said, we're using a Jocko bean stain. It's a very, very beautiful brown, but don't put too much on. Just make a nice one coat and wipe it off. It'll look really good. I'm about to show you what it's going to turn out like. Y'all hang on. We're almost to the end. That's right. It's been a day in the shop today. This is a one-day build. Just about. I'll be done with it here today. So just a one-day build. Nothing too much. Just throwing some things together and having some fun at the workshop. That's right. Keith's Custom Wood Creations, just creating another masterpiece right in front of your eyes. We are staining away, folks. Using that Jocko bean, like I told you. And I'm doing just all the bottom pieces now. Just tedious individual pieces. Wipe on, wipe off. You just want to do these without having them bolted on, because it's hard to get down in the sides of these and that to stain them. And while you're doing them right here, you're getting all the sides, so it's all put together. There ain't nothing that looks like it ain't been stained, you know. You don't miss a spot. And just like that, it's all done, and it looks fabulous. Well, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me all day. I mean, this has been fun in the shop. That's right. Listen, if you guys enjoyed the video, y'all know what to do. Y'all just comment below, like and subscribe my channel. You guys keep following me so you can watch these cool videos. Are they really cool or are they just weird? I don't know. Either way, they're entertaining and you get to learn something in the process. Guys, hey, listen, thanks again. I look forward to giving y'all another video. That's right, coming straight out of Pace, Florida from Keith's Custom Wood Creations and Keith himself. That's right. You guys take care. Look out for the next video. When you hear the alert, click on it because it's going to be a good one.